Hey yo, Yeti, turn that shit up.
Mama know who Cub Scout is.
I ain't waiting for the day that you call my name. I ain't waiting for the day.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl Cam from the Casey Gang, you know what I'm saying? And I'm back at it again with another video. Now, as you can see, yes, I'm in my bathroom. There's a lot of light going on, and I am gonna be solo dolo today. Ken is currently at work, but I decided to hop on here and just do a quick, fun little makeup tutorial for all the girlies out there who may or may not wonder how I do my makeup. Disclaimer, the products that I use, you know, they're not really fancy. It's like kind of outdated, I would say. Some of the products I've seen some people use, but in my small makeup bag. But let's get right into it. So the first step of any good makeup routine or tutorial is skincare. Okay, gotta have the skincare on deck. Can't go without it. You want a moisturized, glossy face if you're going for a good beat, a good makeup beat. You don't want to have a dry, flaky skin. As you can see, ooh, this is up close and personal. Ignore the dark eyes. I didn't get much sleep last night. Baby girl literally keeps me on my toes because I have to pee so much. I'm in this room so much throughout the night. But yeah, ignore the little zits I got. Pigmentation's different in some areas. I'm very pale due to me not being able to be in the sun like that. Anyways, that's besides the point. Let's get straight into it. I have a couple of different products that I'm gonna use for my skincare. A lot of y'all may already use this or know about it by now. It's the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid. I like to use it before I do any type of makeup because it just gives me a glossy finish and it tightens my skin, which makes my makeup go on a little bit more smoother versus if I do not use it. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on. These are the areas that I recommend putting them on, in my opinion. Gotta make sure I get under my eyeballs. And then I go back in and put quite a few drops on my cheeks because I don't know how girls use just a couple of drops. It don't work for me. I guess my face is too big. But I just rub it in like so. No, I don't have my nails done. Don't come for me. You know what I'm saying? Let's just scrub it up. My face is also getting a little bit red because anytime I touch my face, it has a problem. It reacts and it's a little bit red, but that will go away. And then I also have you're supposed to use this at night, but I don't follow the rules, unfortunately. It's again from the Ordinary brand. It's the Rose Hip Seed Oil Cold Press. I use it for extra moisturization. I just do a couple of drops though. I don't submerge my face in it like I do the hyaluronic acid that much because I don't use a lot if I already put another product on because I don't want to overstimulate my face with product or like cake it on there, but it just helps in my opinion. I also use the Aveeno Spring Water Spray. I do use this sort of as a setting spray, but I want it to be as moisturized as possible, so I just go in. I wish I had a fan, but I don't. Like one of those makeup fans that a lot of girls use, so I can like fan my face easier without having to like I'm trying to fly away. I do also have an actual primer from e.l.f. It's not the Hydro Grip Primer, but it is the mint, the cooling mint. If I can find it. My makeup bag is literally all over the place due to the fact that I don't wear makeup like that. I probably should have told y'all that. I'm gonna separate my brushes and all of my products so everything won't be scattered. I like to put my makeup in a certain spot so I'll know where it's at. Moving on. So what I'm gonna go in first with is the LA Colors Conceal Correct. This is for hyperpigmentation. And I just put it, of course, it's a conceal corrector, obviously. Let's be for real. I don't like to put all product on my face first. I just never been that type of girly, but I just go in and immediately pat it out because I'm scared to leave product on my skin for too long and then have it like not turn out right. Or it dries on my face really quick and I hate that. And then also I just have a little sponge that I've had for forever. I do wash my sponges, so don't come for me. I just don't feel like buying a whole bunch of new products if I'm not gonna use them like that. I think that's just a waste of my money. But yeah, I just go under my eyes and on top of my eyelids the best way I can and just pat it all down. I'm gonna look like a zombie. As you can see, if you don't look like a zombie at this step, then you need to redo your makeup. Redo it. I also have some redness on my chin, so I'm just gonna boop. Like I said, I don't use product all over my face yet. I go like one step at a time on each part and hurry up and blend it out. Like so. And then of course, I'm gonna go under my nostrils, right here and right here. And then, of course, blend it out. Blend to the gods. Really get in there like you're trying to have the illusion that you're trying to pick your nose, but you're not. You wanna look like you're stuffing the sponge up your nose. Stuff it up in there. Get in there. And then I use the extra product on the top of my nose too, because I do have redness on my nose, so I just blend it out as evenly as possible. And then that's what's left. My forehead's not really that red, so I don't have to worry about that, but I'm just gonna keep putting this all over. And I just keep blending until I feel as if it is blended well enough for me to move on. And then, of course, this spot. And I'm done with my conceal correct. Now that I got my conceal correct all over my face and blended out well, it's time to move on to my actual base. Now for foundation, I do have a couple of foundations. Depending on my mood, I will use either my Morphe Filter Effect foundation, or I also love using the L'Oreal True Matches. I have a couple of different shades, one for winter, one for summer. I like to just mix my foundations sometimes, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't judge me. Do not judge me. Anyways, this one's, the Filter Effect is more of like a sheery foundation in my opinion, but I think I'm gonna use the L'Oreal True Match in the shade Neutral Buff N3. I need to get me some more of this, but we're gonna have to make this work. Nothing special, dip it out. Yes, I like to apply it with my finger because it just does better. And I just like to go ahead and start like blending it kinda with my finger because it makes it better when I blend it with a beauty blender or one of my brushes. Again, this is my opinion. If it don't appear to be my shade, give me a second, okay? I'm gonna go in with concealer and naturally make it true to my skin tone. Which in person, it looks, I would say, a lot better than it does on camera because this light and that light's like at war with each other. Okay, and I use my good old beat up used beauty blender and I just go in the spots that I have it on. I see a lot of people when they try to blend out their foundation, use a spray before they blend. I've done that a couple of times, but it just doesn't come out the way I want it to. Like, it just looks really bad. Okay. Really make sure I blend it out well. Another thing I hate is like my neck doesn't match the shades of makeup that I have. And again, it's due to the lighting in here and because I'm just a pale bitch. Okay, just a real pale bitch right now. It matches when I step away. I don't think it looks that bad. And here is what my base is looking like. Flawless. And then of course I'm gonna go in with my concealer. I have 2 e.l.f. camo concealers. One of them I'm not gonna be using because it is a darker shade for summer when I'm tan. And I have these both in the shade, well, one in the shade is medium warm and light beige. I'm gonna use the light beige. And another concealer that is really good in my opinion, I have 2 of these as well, and it's the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear. One of them's darker, one of them's lighter. You get the gist. These are in the shades Ivory and Cashmere. And I'm gonna use Ivory because it's lighter. And I'm gonna use this one first. And this one you don't need much of it because it's so pigmented. It's scary. I go in and I just wing it. And I use the same beauty blender because I'm just awful. Going against the makeup rules here. And yes, I pat it on to my eyelids as well because why not? I don't like to not pack it on there, you know what I'm saying? Boom, light. I look like I slept a full 8 hours. That's what you're going for. Do the same to this eye. With this concealer, you do have to be careful because this is one of the ones I was talking about when doing your makeup. They dry really quickly on your face before you can get to blending it out, and that's why I do it in steps. Like I've said before, I don't put concealer here all over my face and then just leave it on there while I'm trying to blend another space out. I'm OCD as well, so that has a lot to do with it. And then I'm turning to see in this mirror if I've gotten everything. Put a little right there. Blend. Put it on my nose. I will go ahead and put it on the tip of my nose as well because it's just cute, like a little button effect. And then I am gonna put a little bit on my forehead even though it's not needed, but I do like to make sure like everything looks blended and together. This is what the base is looking like. Very white, very Casper-y. Boo. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick and then we will get farther into the video. And I'm back. As you can tell, my lips came back to life. My hands are nice and clean and we can move forward with this makeup tutorial. Since I have my face primed, it's beat with foundation and concealer, I am going to go in with a bronzer, aka contour. I have a couple of different contours. I have 3 of them. I have a city bronzer. This is my holy grail, okay? It's very, very pigmented. I have the Kylie bronzer, and then this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24 Fresh Wear bronzer. And it's broke, it's completely crushed, and I cannot use it like that because it will literally get everywhere. And I'm not trying to make a mess, okay? I'm trying to survive off doing my face, not clean up my bathroom floor. This is my baby. It's one of my favorite brushes. I don't know what it's called. My mom got it for me, but I'm gonna go in with my city bronzer, tap both sides, and you know what I'm saying? And I go right here, and I just start packing it on there, and then I slowly streak it up in a circular motion to give it a nice glow. It may look very pigmented on camera, but on my face in real life, it's really not. It just appears this way. Okay, and then with the excess, I go up on my temples to make it match around my eyebrows. And this is another reason why I love doing my eyebrows somewhat last, is because I feel like when I have my eyebrows done and I don't have like my bronzer or anything on, it makes it hard for me to get around the edges because I don't want to mess the corner of my eyebrow up. And then I go in on my nose at the tip just to put more color on my face. And then I go up like that on my big long Italian nose, Indian nose. And then excess, of course, go over my eyelids just to pack on some pigmentation. And then on my chin, jawline. And then I do apply more product on my brush for my forehead. And then I like hold my head like I'm trying to like puke and not get my hair in the way, and just dib it up. Dib it up. Go like a windshield wiping motion. You know, because my forehead's like not that big, but girl, it's there. Okay, it's there. It's here, it's present, it's accountable. And boom, that is with my bronzer on. Now I am gonna go over with the Kylie bronzer, just for more of a pop. Again, you gotta work with this one because it's just not as pigmented as my city bronzer, but you get me. I'm only gonna put it on my cheekbones, tip of my nose, bridge of my nose, my chin, and my eyes. Now going in with my blush, I use these two pretty girls right here. You know what I'm saying? Very, very pigmented. I would tell y'all the brand this is, but it's so worn out that it's just non-existent. And my mom gave me this a century ago. I'm gonna use this little bitty brush. My mom also gave me this out of her Ipsy bag one time. And it works wonders. I only tapped it in there very lightly. The top color is like a peachy coral. As you can see, that's a lot of pigment. And I'm gonna get up close and personal. I do use this on my nose sometimes. I don't have a full-on set makeup tutorial for you guys. And I get like more closer to my nose with freaking blush than I do bronzer. Because it just, whoa, it's not that bad. I could have been more generous, but I do put it on my chin too. And just over my eyelids to give it another pop of color, because I want to look like a clown, apparently. But I'm a cute clown. So that's what we're looking like. Love her. Gosh, love it. Now, the very dreadful part of my makeup routine here lately has been my eyebrows. And that's what we're gonna do now. So I use a couple of different brushes for my eyebrows. This is it looks like this, okay? It's got a little spoolie at the end of it, and then a little angled flat brush to get in those angles. Bear with me. My allergies are kicking my ass right now. I'm just gonna go in with my little spoolie at the end of this brush and brush my eyebrows. This my mom also got me. It's the Brow Chow in the shade Deep Brunette. This is really cool. I do recommend getting this brush. It is from the brand called Item. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is, but it's what it looks like. And she got it in her Ipsy bag. And even though I did brush my eyebrows with a spoolie, I am gonna go in with this little bitty flat like brush because I don't know, I'm retarded and I like doing it, so that's what I'm gonna do. Aesthetic. And then this is what the actual pencil at the end looks like. It's not easily broken. I've used a lot of eyebrow pencils over the years that just break very easily and never had no problems out of this one. I'm gonna try to do this the best way I can so y'all can see as well. But I'm gonna go under my brow first and just fill in the little spaces. And then I'm gonna go at the top of my brow, the very front, and create a line effect and just drag it out. Excuse me. And also just fill in those little spaces. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're looking like. I'm not worried about if it looks too boxy right now because I am gonna correct it. So, and then as I go, I am going to start brushing with the end of this blending brush and just keep my freaking hairs out the way or in the shape that I want them to be. But yeah, and then I also go like this a lot when I'm trying to like correct. I don't really like the shadowy effect, and that's why I do that. That's the main reason why I go in with my finger and just lift up, because I feel like it erases it kinda. But I do brush my eyebrows a million times until my hand's tired. I'm going for a very just natural brow today because less work, less time, and we love that. I'm gonna do this brow and then come back to y'all. Okay, and I'm back with my eyebrows done. I am going to go back over them with a spoolie to make sure I really blended them well. But yeah, I don't really do much with them. Some days I will conceal correct them, like I've said before, to give them like a more defined, sharp shape. But this is just a quick little tutorial. I don't feel like going that in depth, you know what I'm saying? So I'm done with my eyebrows. My face pretty much is done at this point, besides like highlighter, a little bit more contour in depth with these two little brushes that I like to use. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do now, is snatch my nose, because we need her very much snatched, okay? I'm gonna go with my Kylie first, since it has a mirror, and just really get up close with y'all. And just, I start at the tip of my nose, kinda around the edge, like so. And I like to go up the bridge of my nose and keep going up and down, little strokes, to give it a line effect. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I can. So I'm just gonna keep doing that on both sides until I have the desired effect. And yes, I do drag it up to the top of my eyebrow in that area as well, and on top of my eyelid to make it all come together the way it should. So. And then I am gonna go in with my City bronzer as well, since this is a darker bronzer. I'm gonna be switching between bronzers so I can hold my mirror and do it. But yeah, I use the same bronzers I used on my face before, and then I also go under the tip of my nose, just to give it more pigment. And then I'm gonna also go on with this somewhat smaller little brush at the edge. It's got more a flat angle, and I'm just gonna brush it across only on the tip of my brush, pat it to get the excess off, and then I'm gonna go in right here and create a little bitty lined shadow like that. And then I also just go back up with my product. And then I use my finger to help blend the shadow of the nose contour. You can't really tell on here, but I can in person. Like my nose is snatched. And then, now that those are finished, I'm going to set my face with a setting powder. I use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder. And I'm gonna go in with this little bitty sponge that I have. No, it's not the same as one of my foundation sponges. It looks the same. It is actually the same sponge, but it's a different sponge, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm not using my foundation sponge as my setting sponge. I have two of the same sponges. But I go in there and just pat it down. This is how I hold it, if you're wondering. I don't like letting my translucent setting powder sit on my face. I don't like baking. So I just go in and immediately just start patting it out, patting it into my skin. And it gives this a matte finish. Now we are gonna go back in afterwards with a little bit more bronzer and of course highlighter at the end. But this is how I blend it out. I do like to get on the side of my nose since I did contour. And then I just swipe it across my lid because why not? But yeah, I'm gonna do that on both sides of my face, like so. Get on that eyeball, girl. I go over the top of my nose too to blur it out in a way. And then I use the excess that's in here. I just roll around my sponge in it and get under my nose because I like for all of my face to have the same matte effect if I'm going for a matte finished look. I'm gonna do my chin as well. I don't like to cake it my face on with powder. And then I do go up with it on my forehead as well. Like I set my whole face. And I go around my eyebrows, switch sides. Make sure I'm getting legit every freaking area of my face. And there you have it. Like I said, I'm about to just go back in with my bronzer. I'm not gonna show you all that because it's just, you've already seen me apply my bronzer and there's really no point, so bear with me while I do that. So I'm back and I did apply more of my bronzer as you can see, and then what I'm gonna do now is use a little bit of concealer to like shape my nose up a little bit more. I probably should have done that earlier, but I'm gonna use this like flat brush that I use for my eyebrows, and I use it for like applying any like contour. So I'm gonna go in back with my L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour wear. I'm gonna go in, see how the product is on the base of the actual brush right here. I am gonna take my flat brush and dab it just a little bit to where the tip of it is. I'm not sure if y'all can see that or not, but the tip of it is submerged with the product. And then I'm going to tap it on my nose right there to give it a button effect. Go back in with my Cali mirror so I can see, and then I am going to go on the bridge of my nose a little bit. I'm trying to make it as even as possible because I freaking suck at that. On my nose. And then I'm gonna use my freaking finger to pat it out. So I just pat it in the area that it's in. And then I'm also gonna do the same with this bridge of my nose. And this is what I'm looking like with it blended. I am going to do my eyelashes and mascara in a minute. I do have quite a few mascaras I'm going to show y'all. This is actually the Tarte mascara. It came in this little cute packaging. It broke last night and I had to get Ken to help me open it again. My mom got me this. It's the Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. And it's brand new. It works very well. And then I also have the Maybelline Pumped Up Colossal Volume Express. It's a little bit older, and then I love using, this is my holy grail for my lashes. As you can see, I have 3 of them, different shades. I have the, this is the waterproof. This is a freaking brand new mascara. I haven't used a whole bunch of it, but the volume is Carbon Black. It's the darkest shade of mascara. And then I also have the, these two are both the L'Oreal Voluminous Originals. One's just in like a burgundy purplish color. It makes my hazel eyes pop to where you can see the green a lot more. And then this baby is just the good OG. Okay, you need a good OG mascara, and this just does it for me. It's the original voluminous as well. So I am gonna use, and then also I do have another voluminous L'Oreal brand mascara in Noir Balm. It's the Noir Balm one. I am running out of this one, so I'm just not gonna use that because it's gonna waste my time. I may mix these two with my Tarte today to see how that does. So that's what we're gonna get into. I am going to apply my original, the non-waterproof mascara first, because I'll be able to take it off easier. I'm gonna use this as my first coat, the Carbon Black as my second coat, and then go back in with this one and then finish it off with my Tarte for more of a lift. And then I'm gonna get into eyelashes later. If I look stupid, just ignore it. I just like to go under at first. Start at the corners of my eyes and or my corner lashes, and like get as much product as I can on there, and then slowly go in the middle. This is like the trickiest part to me because I have freaking almond shaped eyes and it's just really hard to get in my inner corner. I also don't want to put like an extreme amount of mascara on due to the fact that I am going to put on half lashes. I'm going to do the same to this eye. I'm going in with my Carbon Black waterproof. Was this a good idea to use? Probably not. I absolutely despise waterproof mascara, but since I spent like $11 on this joint, I'm gonna use it for y'all. And then I'm just gonna open my Tarte. That's what the brush looks like. It's very like prickly at the ends of it, so it holds a lot of product versus a more flat brush. But I'm gonna like try to get in here at y'all's level and just get under there. I don't worry about if I have a whole lot of like excess on my actual eyelids. As you can see, like it happens all the time. And I do clean it up with a Q-tip and micellar water or either regular water, whatever works. Now I'm gonna go in and do my lips. I do like to put Aquaphor on first because it's like a little base for my lips. So if I do use a lip pencil or any other like lipstick, it like smooths it out more. I'm just gonna use some old color that I have as easy. This is the Color Workshop lipstick, but yeah, that's the color of it. It's pretty old. I've had it for a while, but it's either that or gloss, but I like to have some color on my lips before I apply any type of gloss. So I'm just gonna go in and rub it around. Then I'm gonna get my Cupid's bow like shaped out. So my lips are done. It is a little bit dark on camera. It's more lighter in person, but this is what we're working with. It's not perfect by any means, but it's there. You see it, you know. And then I may go on top of my lipstick with the Kylie gloss in the shade Oh You Fancy. Oh You Fancy. You know what I'm saying? And this stuff smells like cotton candy, I kid you not, and it's really pretty. So I'm just gonna go in and let it get all over my lips. I do the top as well. And that's what we're looking like. The lips. And now that my eyelashes are dried, I am going to smoke my eye out a little bit, but I am going to, before I do that, the steps just keep coming. I'm gonna use this brush. I do use it for eyeshadow. I'm using my Morphe Artistry palette to do some eyeshadow. I'm not sure if this was the eyeshadow palette that went out of, like, they don't sell it anymore. I'm gonna go in with the shade Deserted, which is that top color right here. Tap it out because it's very pigmented. And I'm just gonna go in my little like crease of my eye. And I'm gonna keep doing that until I get the desired look that I'm going for. Okay, so I'm back and I have it laid down on both sides of my eyes. I'm gonna be blending it out just a little bit more. I feel like this eye on camera is not giving, but this one is. But yeah, I just did it in a windshield wiping motion across the top of my eyelids, and I'm now gonna go in with a darker shade. This shade is the Roasting. It's called Roasting. I'm gonna show y'all. It's this brown right here. It's really pretty. I'm just gonna dab it a little bit. And then I'm going to put it at the corner of my eye and just smoke it out. So this is what my eyes are looking like right now. I have them smoked out a little bit in the outer corner, and then I'm gonna go in with a flat type brush. This is like my inner eyeshadow brush that I use, and I also use it for like my highlight on my nose and then the highlight for my brows. I'm gonna also be using the Morphe, again, the same palette in the shade Glare. It's the first shade that they have right here. It's like a whitish shimmery color. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's a really, really pretty beigey color. And then I'm just gonna tap it on top of my eyelid like that to give it a pop. I also use that for my nose highlight because it's just a pretty color. But now that my eyeshadow is done, this is what it's looking like. It's not perfect, it don't have to be because you're gonna put on lashes anyways. But yeah, this is pretty much my makeup look. I'm gonna come back with the lashes on to show y'all. Okay, you guys, this is the final look. This is me with my half lashes on, as you can see. I feel like everything came together pretty well. I was very, very nervous at first because I didn't know how this was gonna turn out, but I say that it looks pretty decent. And I did end up finding the brand of the lashes that I cut in half to make the half lash. It is the Eylure London Lash Fix. Again, you can find it at Ulta. I'm pretty sure you can find it online. It's like a white and a blue packaging. But yeah, this is the final product. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you for bearing with me through all of the chaotic mess that I made on my face. Give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, if I did a good or a bad job, or what you would like to see more of content-wise. And then, yeah. Follow me on Instagram at YKMCJ, and then on Snapchat at CameronJones.54. That's today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time.